Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to join you, and I'm excited to share how we are transforming higher education in Asia by bridging the gap between traditional cultural practices and the digital frontier. We will explore how immersive technologies and AI are not just tools, but catalysts for social cohesion and innovative pedagogy. As we celebrated Singapore's 60th year anniversary of independence in 2025, we developed new models for how higher education can lead the way in navigating our complex multicultural digital frontiers. Our dialogue today follows a trajectory from local grassroots innovation to global academic frameworks. First, I will share the VR project Echoes of the Bay, a case study in participatory curation and community engagement. Then, I will move to present our newest development at LaSalle, the Culture Futures Lab, which functions as the operational model for sprint-based research and industry connection. And finally, I will announce our new future degree program, the Masters in Cultural Analytics and AI, a new educational paradigm designed for 2027, aligning with the UNESCO mission in digital transformations. But let's look first at the LaSalle context. At Singapore's top-ranked specialist art institution, LaSalle delivers practice-led mentorship from award-winning practitioners. Through robust industry partnerships, from Netflix to the National Heritage Board, we embed real-world challenges directly into our curriculum. Students tackle live projects and graduate not merely as artists or managers, but as industry-ready game changers who have already practiced their profession. At LaSalle, technology is never a gimmick. It is the tool for fostering social empathy and constructing inclusive narratives. Our pedagogical priority is moving students from passive theory into active, speculative creation. Our newly designed BA in Arts Management is a response to the shifting policy interventions and technological changes of the global arts markets. We nurture the next generation of thought leaders by blending managerial rigor with entrepreneurial mindset, encouraging students to proactively design their careers. In 2025, we pioneered a first-of-its-kind initiative, integrating professional VR production into the curriculum. Collaborating with internationally recognized artist Benedict Yu, our students immerse themselves in the burgeoning industry of VR, art, and entertainment. This training transformed them from passive observers into active facilitators, capable of navigating the complex technical and creative demands of immersive storytelling. This specialized training served as a bridge to high-profile industry placements, embedding our students directly into Singapore's premier cultural institutions. Our VR heritage programs have been adopted by major partners, providing students with educational placements through hands-on professional executions. Key collaborations including Asian Civilization Museums, where students help facilitate the dream in 360 degrees, VR painting workshops with museum attendees, as well as participating in the large-scale international exhibitions, Wonders of Nature, at the New Art Museum in Singapore. By working alongside industry professionals, students master the logistic, curation, and technical troubleshooting required in a modern museum environments. The cornerstone of our VR training was the successful execution of the Echoes of the Bay, which is a flagship project commemorating Singapore's 60th year anniversary of independence. It was supported by the Ministry of Culture, Community and Youth, specifically by our Singapore Fund grants. This project reimagined archival practice as a vital nation space. We moved beyond traditional ethnography to create a decentralized cultural archive in VR. 60 unique, digitally rendered boats, each a vessel for a personal narrative of migration and belonging, encircled a virtual island. By partnering with organizations like the Singapore Poetry Festival and Checkpoint Theatre, we return the act of curation to the community, empower our citizens as premier stakeholders of their own cultural representations and their own cultural heritage. For us, impact is not abstract. It is measured through direct public engagement and pressure tested at Singapore's premier cultural events. At the Singapore Night Festival, held under the Island Nights theme, our installation joined over 70 artworks across Brass Bazaar Bugis precinct, challenging students to navigate high-stakes interactions with a lot of visitors. Similarly, during the Singapore Design Week, Nation by Design, we engaged over 500 direct participants. This immersive pedagogy transformed the city into a living lab, requiring students to transition from theoretical learners to active cultural mediators who must master the complex logistics of high volume attendance, as well as management of facilitation, deep and empathic exchanges between the public and the heritage narratives. The project has achieved significant academic traction, contributing to global discourses on augmented aura and digital translation. Our findings were disseminated at premier international platforms that included the Meaningful XR Conference in US Davis, United States, 12th International Digital Storytelling Conference in Sao Paulo, and 2025 Osaka World Exposition, specifically the Student Forum at Osaka Metropolitan University. This approach directly feeds back into our curriculum. I'm currently supervising several BA dissertations stemming from this project. These high-caliber works will be published in our biennial research almanac, an edited collection that showcases our best student scholarship to the global academic community, bridging the gap between undergraduate study and the professional publication. Empowered by the profound impact of the Echoes of the Bay, we recently launched the Culture Futures Lab. This transdisciplinary research and action hub equips cultural leaders with foresight and tools to navigate digital uncertainties. The lab operates at the nexus of policy, data analytics, and speculative design. We believe the future is not a destination to be predicted, but a plurality of possibilities to be actively shaped through three interconnected pillars. First, future building, using AI and predictive modeling. Second, participatory futuring, democratizing the imagination process by engaging different communities. And finally, speculative prototyping, creating immersive design fictions that make abstract future scenarios tangible for public critique. Our transdisciplinary research finds its true purpose through public-facing engagement. Their incubator, our inaugural one that was in Hong Kong, we moved from theory to praxis through intensive sprint-based collaboration. Our incubators are structured around two core modules designed to translate complex challenges into tangible outcomes. First, immersive prototyping sprints, several ones and happening simultaneously at the same time, where participants select a focused hands-on research problem, taking a core tangent in the cultural sector. And they move to the reflexive praxis session. It's a plenary where hands-on findings are synthesized into a wider strategic frameworks. Each incubator generates actionable framework that informs creative sector development. Our incubator in Hong Kong produced a report documenting three critical shifts. First, from cultural consumption to co-creation. Second, from technological adoption to designing conversational infrastructures that facilitate human-AI collaboration. And finally, the primacy of ethical oversight. For policymakers, these experiments prove that investment must prioritize digital literacies over technological acquisition. By connecting AI systematic foresight with participatory local knowledge, we create a connected intelligence that moves cultural governance from reactive prediction to true preparedness, fostering an ecosystem that is more inclusive, intelligent, and ethically rigorous. This May, the Cultural Future Lab launches Hacking the Asian Waves Incubator, confronting the multipolar alignment of Asian cultural power. Participants will move from passive observation to actively engineering cultural transmission through three intensive sprints. The first, where dragons wander, will explore how can VR make visible the hybrid narratives of Chinese motifs that migrated across maritime Asia, moving beyond the ethnic silos. The second, will the Korean wave crash? We'll invite participants to play with the Hallyu tracker, which is a AI-enabled tool that brings together 300 data sets about the Korean wave and its impacts around the world to map it across three decades in the past. So this sprint will allow participants to play with this Hallyu Tracker app to map pro and anti-Hallyu geographies. And finally, the sprint from archive to oracle will facilitate the mining of the largest in the world Japanese anime characters database to trace character archetypes and model speculative futures for Japanese visual media in the age of AI. We warmly invite you to join us this May if you can. If you are interested in bringing the Culture Futures Lab incubator in your own university or co-designing a future iteration together, please reach out. We would be delighted to explore opportunities for meaningful collaborations. The Culture Futures Lab is our mobile hub for advancing digital literacies through public facing. The same mission, bringing digital technologies to the cultural sector, drove the development of our new Master in Cultural Analytics and AI, launching in 2027. This program responds directly to our urgent global call, the creative industry's demand for AI expertise, and Asia's booming digital economies. While regional policies from ASEAN Digital Literacy Mandate to Singapore Smart Nations prioritize the shift, specialized higher education offerings in this regard remain very scarce. This master degree fills that critical gap, cultivating the experts who will drive digital transformation across Asian creative sectors, advancing digital capabilities in cultural professional communities. In a master degree in cultural analytics and AI, we anchor the transformative pedagogical framework. Following constructivism, we recognize students as active architects of knowledge, leveraging their diverse professional backgrounds to build personalized competencies in AI literacy and digital storytelling. Adhering to Reconstructionism principles, we nurture culturally aware advocates equipped to challenge algorithmic bias and ensure diverse heritage is represented equally in global databases, promoting social responsibility in the digital realm. And finally, our learning by doing progressivist approach mirrors industry challenges through hands-off projects with real-world data sets. This pathway ensures graduates possess the practical skills and entrepreneurial mindset to lead the evolving digital economy. Our curriculum builds expertise progressively across 3 semesters, integrating critical theory with hands-on technical praxis. Semester 1 establishes foundations with critical data studies model interrogating the ethics and power of data, while cultural analytics course provides computational tools for visualization, mapping, and AI modeling. Semester 2 advances into application. AI creativity and data curation model develops the practical skills in generative AI and ethical data set design. This is complemented by the Agora, a unique cross-disciplinary collaboration experience responding to the real-world challenges. Semester 3 culminates in a final research thesis or a capstone project proposing innovative solutions for the digital creative economy. From a pedagogical standpoint, this MA will reimagine the classroom not as a space for transmitting knowledge, but as a living laboratory where learning happens through contribution. Our philosophy is simple. Students will learn mostly when their work matters beyond the grading rubric. The curriculum will be structured as a series of authentic engagements with research projects conducted under the forthcoming UNESCO Chair in Cultural Analytics and AI. Rather than analyzing hypothetical scenarios, students will engage in live data challenges, real methodological problems requiring real solutions. Working from their own unique perspectives, they will contribute directly to ongoing research projects of the chair, feeding directly into policy papers that shape international standards. In conclusion, our presentation today charted a replicable model for how higher education institutions across Asia can lead at the digital cultural frontier. We invite you to collaborate. Bring this model to your own context, adapting it to local needs and building the future together. Please feel free to connect with me directly. My contact details are on this slide. I'm very excited to explore opportunities for meaningful collaborations together, whether this involves bringing the Culture Futures Lab incubator to your university, or maybe co-designing research projects together, or maybe developing students' exchanges and international study tours in the region. We are very open. Please reach out and let's build something together. Thank you so much for your attention today.